Hello everyone, welcome back to AITechone.com. My name is Sumit and today I'm here with my new video in Salesforce series, and the topic for today's video is that how do we create a scratch Salesforce org. So if you are starting Salesforce development using Salesforce DX, so one of the first thing you will need is a scratch org. So what is a scratch org? So scratch org is a temporary Salesforce environment that allows developers to build, test, and deploy applications quickly without affecting any production or your sandbox environment. So if you want to make some changes, if you want to test some platforms, if you want to test some applications like LWC components or any other operations, if you want to test, so instead of deploying those apps or those components in your production or in your sandbox, you can put it in your Scratch org. So, and also Scratch org is a source driven and a disposable Salesforce environment, and which is created especially for the development and testing. We can create multiple Scratch orgs depending on the project requirement and delete them once the work is completed. Also, while creating the Scratch org, we can set the time duration also, that how long this Scratch org will be active, or so after that particular time, that Scratch org will be deleted automatically. So before creating Scratch org, make sure that you have a Visual Studio Code installed, Salesforce CLI installed on your platform, and a DevHub enabled Salesforce org. So if your org is not a DevHub org, so the first thing you have to do is you need to activate the DevHub. And how to do this? So the first thing we have to do this, we need to navigate to setup and here search for DevHub. So you have to click on DevHub. You will find it under development section, development category. So click on DevHub and create and manage Scratch org from command line. View information about Scratch org, link namespace org. So as you can see, I have already enabled the DevHub in this org. And the thing is, once we enable, we can't disable this setting. So this once we enable this setting, it is possible to disable this setting. So what I have done here, I have enabled all the options for the DevHub. So this is the first step we have to do. We have to enable the DevHub all. Now the next step is we need to navigate to Visual Studio, and we are going to make a change in the Visual Studio. So how do we do this? The first thing, we will be going to create one project. So you can create a manifest project. So I go to command palette and SFDX create project with manifest standard, and let's say I'll give the name as AI Tech Test Project, and I'm going to save this on my on a directory SFDC project which I have created on my desktop. So my first, you can say my default or created successfully. Usually, what happened when we used to when we work on creating components, LWC components or Visual Studio Code, most of the time we use authorize and org, but this time I'm going to use authorize the devhub. The reason, we are going to create a scratch org, and the scratch org will be going to create scratch org within a devhub. So I'm going to say authorize a devhub. I'll just give a name. Let's say AI Tech Test Org. AI Tech Test Org. So what it will do? It will take me to the authorizing a devhub. So it takes, okay, it will load. So it's loading. Please wait for some time. So you can see the login screen open. Here I need to use the credentials. So I will be providing the credentials for the same org here where where we have activated the DevOps. So click on login. And once the authorization will be successful, I can close this window. Now let's switch back to Visual Studio, and you can see authorize a DevHub successfully ran. Okay, so our DevHub org successfully ran here. Now what next? Now it's time to create a Scratch org. So how do we create Scratch org? So I'll again go to command palette and I'm going to create a default Scratch org. So now what happened? This Scratch org is going to be created on the same DevHub org which we have authorized right now. So I say create a default Scratch org. Okay, what exactly this project Scratch dev JSON? For this, if I'll go back to my folders and in the Force app, sorry, under config, you can see a file called project scratch dev.json because we are going to create a Scratch org, and because we have authenticated by using DevHub, so it will automatically create a config and this file. And here you can see the details. So that will be your org name. So this name can be changed. Okay, this name can be changed. So I'll just change the name as AITechone demo developer, enable password and API and the other settings. So enable S1 desktop enabled and enable encrypted. So that's the settings. So I'll just save this. We have to save this because now the next command which we are going to give to create a Scratch org, it will follow this file, and whatever commands, whatever instructions we have assigned in whatever instructions we will provide in this file, in this JSON file. So it will create the Scratch org according to that. So these all are the definitions we set. So I just click on. So after making changes into this project scratch dev.json file, again I'll go to command palette and create a default Scratch org. So it is asked, see, select Scratch definition file. So that's the same file. Name, I'll just give the name as AI Tech Scratch org and enter. Now it is asking the number, see this. So see, enter the number of days 1 to 30 until Scratch org expiration or use the default value 7. So let's suppose I'll give it 10. You can give maximum numbers, let's say 30. So after 30, it will expire automatically. Okay, it will get expired automatically and enter. So what happened? It will create a default Scratch org in the DevHub. And once the Scratch org created successfully, we will be going to open our Scratch org. So now you can see the Scratch org has successfully created, the Scratch org created successfully, and I'm able to see the AI Tech Scratch org definition here. Now what we need to do is we need to open that org. So again, I click on gear icon, command palette, and I say open. I'll just say open org. So what we have to do, we need to open that org. So I say open default org. So when we click on open default org, so it is going to open the org for us. So let's see how it is going to do. Like in my case, it will ask me the permission to open the org. So I will just give permission, and what happened? It opened org for me. So the org which opened right now, you can see this will be a Scratch org. See this, it's a Scratch org. Now, how can we verify whether it's a Scratch org or it's our developer or production org or the sandbox? Here you can see it's a Scratch org, and if I'll get back to the previous one, the main one, that's a developer edition. Here, if I'll go and check the company settings, company information. So in the company information, it's giving ABC, organization name ABC, whereas in the Scratch org, if I'll go and verify the company information, the company settings, company information, you can see it created AI Tech 1 demo. So that's the way we create a Scratch org in Salesforce platform. Now we can use this Scratch org, or we can this Scratch org can be used for operation. Now we can start building epics, apps, writing epics code, creating Lightning Web components, or experiment with the latest Salesforce features. Remember one thing, each DevHub has a daily allocation of Scratch org creation. So if you have reached the limit, then you have to wait until the next allocation period or delete unused Scratch org to free up active slots. So now you have successfully created your first Salesforce Scratch org using Salesforce CLI. Scratch orgs are a key part of modern Salesforce development, enabling source-driven development and efficient CI/CD workflows. So if you found this video helpful, please like this video, share your questions in comments, subscribe to our AI Tech One YouTube channel for more Salesforce admin, Apex, LWCs, and other tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.